Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to show you some stuff about brakes today. This is one of the most important things on an M35 with the stock type braking system anyway. So follow along and pay attention. This is actually pretty simple. This is your brake drum assembly, okay? They're all the same, all six. They're all set up the same. The only difference is the hub is either flipped inboard or outboard, depending on front or rear, or if you've changed the tire setup on it. Now, let me unplug this leaking air hose before the compressor kicks on. I even turned the fan off to have a nice quiet background to make this video for you guys. All you need to do this brake adjustment is you need a 9/16 wrench or socket and ratchet to remove your inspection cover, which is this little dealie right here. It goes on there. It's a nut and a lock washer. Should have the lock washer on it. If it doesn't, make sure you get one put back on it. You'll need a set of feeler gauges. This is a set of valve clearancing feeler gauges, but it's a feeler gauge. And I like these because they're narrower than regular feeler gauges, and they get in there with the radius of the drum better. And then you'll need an 11/16 wrench. So what I'm showing you today is called a minor brake adjustment. On an M35 or any of your other 5 tons with a hydraulic or air over hydraulic braking system that have Rockwell axles. There's the same kind of adjustment. You make the adjustments the same way, okay? So you have a minor and a major. On the minor, all you're doing is you're adjusting the tops of the shoes to regain the clearance you should have to compensate for wear. On a major adjustment, you're going to do the bottom adjusters and the top adjusters, and that doesn't need to be done as often. Let's say in the motor pool you have an A service or annual service, a B service, which is a biannual service, and then a S service, which is semi-annual. So the semi-annual is going to be like once every 6 months, and an annual service is going to be, let's see if I can remember this, once a year, and I think biannual is going to be every 2 years. I may have that backwards. Anyway, something like that. So this is going to be on your semi-annual service. A semi-annual service usually consists of mainly just checking things, checking the fluids, checking clearances, checking your torques on your suspension arms and your steering. And that is something we do in the motor pool. Every semi-annual service, every annual and every biannual service, you go over all the body mounts, all the suspension mounts and everything, and you check the torque on them. So anyway, this is one of the simplest. So all you have to do is go from here to here with the window on top. You use your 11/16 wrench on the adjusters back here, and I'll show you these real quick. Your adjusters are these right here, an 11/16 bolt on each side. And to adjust these, let me see if I can get you situated back here the way you were before. To adjust them, you're going to turn them out for this side and that way for that side. So here, you want to check the shoes right close to the top, like within an inch from the top or the end of the shoes. And you can see I got a bit of slack there. So what we're going to do is put the wrench on this adjuster and just barely move it until it grabs our feeler gauge. And as you can tell, it was time to do this because I'm still getting quite a bit of slack there. Alright, there we go. It's just starting to grab the gauge, but it doesn't hold it. Okay? So that shoe is good, and we want to make sure that the drum still turns freely, because sometimes the shoes will wear unevenly, and you'll make that adjustment up here and the bottom of the shoe will contact because it's worn all stupid, and it'll lock the drum up. You'll know if it's done that because you won't be able to turn it to go to the next adjustment. Then you'll have to do a major adjustment, and or replace the shoes. Major adjustment is a huge pain in the ass. They never, even with brand new shoes, they never want to adjust right. And I don't know if I mentioned, but you're using a 15 thousandths feeler gauge for the top. The top is always 15. A lot of guys, including me, use a 15 for top and bottom when you do a major. The TM calls for 15 thousandths top and 10 thousandths bottom. I've found that you don't really need to go to 10 thousandths on the bottom. So we're gonna check this side. This side we're a lot better, but still needs a little adjustment. So let's do just a little more. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, so the reason you need to do this is because you have to make sure that all of your brake shoes are set the same, so you get even and acceptable braking force on all corners of the vehicle. If you have 25 thousandths of clearance here, and you've got 15 thousandths on the shoes on the other side on the top, and you've got 30 thousandths of clearance on the back on this side, and you've got 10 thousandths of clearance on the top on the passenger front side. Well, when you get on the brakes, the truck is going to want to pull to the right, and it's going to go all over the place, and that's dangerous. You see how easy that was. A minor brake adjustment only takes a few minutes. It takes longer to get the wheels and tires off than it does to make the adjustments. And that also brings your pedal height higher and more positive. So if you've got a pedal that goes down pretty far before your brakes start to catch, or you can push down on the brakes as hard as you can and it just doesn't stop very well, the first thing you need to do is a brake adjustment. Usually these haven't been done in a long time. People have driven them a lot. The brake dust builds up in there, and it actually helps to eat away the shoes. So, yeah, do your brake adjustment and see what that gets you. I mean, there's no locking fasteners or anything for the adjusters on the top back here. They're spring-loaded, spring-retained. Definitely make sure you always put your inspection cover back on. It keeps mud and dirt and stuff out of there. And no, leaving it off will not help you get more stuff out. Sometimes I will take a water hose and stick in there while I've got this off, just to wash the brake dust out. But it's probably not really a great idea unless you're going to get the truck on the road right after and drive it and dry the stuff out. You don't want water sitting in there, but that's just one of those things. I do it, but I really probably shouldn't. So, you also should be able to take this drum off. I've never been able to get them to come off, but you're supposed to be able to take all these nuts off and beat the hell out of the drum with a hammer and get it to come off without taking the hub off. Once again, I've seen people say they've done it. I've seen other people have pictures of having done it. I have never been able to get one to come off. Maybe I just don't care and I don't try hard enough, but still. So guys, that is a minor brake adjustment. Once again, real simple. 11/16 wrench, 9/16 wrench, and a set of feeler gauges. That's all you need. Yeah. I hope that was helpful to you. It is one of the biggest things contributing to a good safety factor on the braking systems on these trucks. So keep your brakes in good repair. I'm doing mine all as I've got the tires off. One more thing, when you do a minor brake adjustment, you have to do all of the wheels. You don't just do this one and maybe one over there. You have to do them all. Otherwise, you end up with, once again, uneven braking, and you don't want that. So, thank you all profusely for watching my long-winded videos, guys. I know I'm kind of boring, but I do like to share this stuff with you. Please check out and use our sponsors that are listed in the description box below this video, just like all of our other videos. And like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Later.